Yo, Jenny Gang, what it do? So I am finally back with another Jenny Gang production. Definitely like and share this video if you don't mind, and comment on my commentary, but keep that definitely respectful on this particular video because I'm just coming to let the gang know what's going on in my life. And you know what I'm saying, pretty much, I guess, just try to talk about how things are gonna go with me moving forward. So for starters, I just want to say I have a very tight-knit family. On my mom's side, they're close. On my daddy's side, I can see that they're close too, but they're in like a different city than me or whatever. But they are, still, they're good people or whatever. So me, once I got older, like what do you call it? I kind of turned into like a recluse. I think that means that you like to stay to yourself. That's not the right word. One of you YouTube scholars can correct me, but I just love to be alone. You know what I'm saying? When I can. Of course, I have an entire career where I'm constantly surrounded by people, and that's not my real personality. But my family, particularly my big brother, was a person that loved to be around people. A lot of people don't know that I have or had an older brother. I actually have two older brothers. It's just that the brother that I'm going to be speaking mainly about in this video is like nobody take it, get offended when I describe it like this, but my brother, Joey, is my whole brother. We have the same mom and same dad. We're 7 years apart. And my other brother is my half brother. So we all three have the same dad, but different moms. So he is a couple of years older than me. So pretty much, my dad, whatever he did, and then they had me. So on the 27th of July, I think today is like the 11th now, I lost my oldest brother, Joey. This is my brother that I grew up in the home with. This is my brother that we have the same parents in common. My brother was, like I said, very family oriented, even though he had a very tough exterior. You know what I'm saying? Like, he pretty much didn't fear anything or anybody. Ask about him. It's kind of funny when he passed away. I know every time somebody passes away, it always be like a lot of drama and clout chasing or whatever. But I was just like, hey man, one of them boys that my brother done beat up in the past better not say nothing smart. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking about. And actually, all the men, you know what I'm saying, that know us and know my brother, they actually had respect. It's the females that brought the drama, but we won't even get into that because that's not even necessary. But my brother has had colon cancer for 3 years. But my brother was still working, still being a dad, still being a husband, still being a big brother. You know what I mean? My brother loved to travel. He'll just pick up and go out of town. Nobody want to go with him. He go by himself. And like I said, to know him, or to maybe I'll say if you know him, you know he loves his family and loves to be around us. But to me, if you looked at my brother just didn't know him, you wouldn't think that he'd just be so close with us. He's always wanting everybody to come to his house so he can cook. If my family does anything, he's there. I'm the one, the girl, I'm the one that never shows up for anything and makes excuses and all of that. That's me. I think it would seem like it would be the guy that does that. But my brother still went to church every Sunday. I go every few Sundays or whatever, but that's just how we were raised. So it's kind of instilled in us or whatever. And I just want to say that a lot of times people think when you have cancer or you have some sort of, illness that you're looking or you're planning to pass away. That's not always the case. And that was not the case with my big brother. So he, like I said, he was still moving like, a regular person, but he would have days where he was, feeling bad, nauseated, had to go to chemo. At the time that he passed away, like I'm gonna, insert some photos on here just to kind of show y'all, like, I don't know why. I guess because on my social media, I don't really post my family. My Snap, I do. I post, my niece, my daughter, because Snap is a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But because of my dance career, I really try to leave my family out of my social media. But I'm going to post some pictures, and show y'all, my brother. But the time he passed, he had a whole lot of fluid on his legs. You know what I mean? Like my brother is, naturally a big guy or whatever. What do you call it? Husky, I think they call guys who are his size. But his legs were like so huge that he was like in a whole different pant size, and even down to the clothes that they had to dress him in for his casket. Like, y'all, I waited to do this video because I honestly am still in shock that my brother is gone. Like, it doesn't seem real at all. And like I said, my brother was fighting his cancer. This wasn't like something that was expected. And as a matter of fact, he was just getting a catheter authorization in his blood pressure. Something went wrong with it. And unfortunately, they just couldn't get it back right. I don't feel like I need to explain this on this one, but like I said earlier, I guess I'm only putting this out there because this is a significant loss to me. I'm just now trying to get back into like the groove of things. Like, y'all know I'm an entertainer or whatever, but I'm trying to get back right and get out of the mode that I'm in when I think about him being gone. I'm definitely trying to be there more for my mom because like I said, y'all, I'm the family member that's always missing. You know what I'm saying? Even if, I don't go, sometimes they'll come by here and pick up my daughter and they be like, yeah, I know Jennifer, she, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's not any harm. I love my family too. It's just, I just be liking to be by myself and stuff like that. And that brings me to my next thing that I want to say. Other than me just losing my brother and loving him and can't believe that he's gone all of a sudden like this. He wasn't even supposed to, like, he was in the hospital, because of all that fluid, but he was supposed to be coming home. You know what I'm saying? But me and my selfishness, I hadn't seen my brother since June 27th, which is my daughter's birthday. Like I said, every family event, even though my brother, he, had cancer, he still would be there. So that's the last time I physically talked to my brother. Now, we text all the time. As a matter of fact, this is a true crime channel. Me and my brother both have a addiction to true crime. So, like, if we see a case that's grimy enough, I send him, be like, look at this. And he'll send me this, like, man, look at this. This is right here in Greenville. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my selfishness, I want to preach about that, y'all. Don't be selfish towards your family and the people that really love you, because my mama had told me a few days before he passed, probably like maybe the 25th or so. She said, your brother's in the ICU. I know you getting ready for work and everything, but you need to get to the hospital or whatever. Now, let me explain. I am definitely selfish. I should have had my ass up there because now I have to live with the regret that I didn't go see my brother and be the good little sister that I can be. You know what I'm saying? I could have at least done that for him. But like I said, I'm just so always in the wind. I was like, and then also this is the other thing too. I'll try to put a picture of my vision board and just block out everything else other than my brother, because you know they say when you manifesting stuff, it's really not supposed to be for everybody else to know. But I never accepted that my brother would leave this earth via cancer. Like, I'm not really sure exactly where my brother's head was at, but I do know that I think for the most part, he, I'm not gonna say for the most part, I think that he was thinking the same thing. Like, his life has changed forever, you know what I'm saying, because of the cancer, even if he doesn't beat it. But I don't think he just seen himself checking out of here just all of a sudden like that. I just, people tell me different things. They're like, yeah, you just didn't know he didn't want you and your mom be worried and stuff like that. I don't really know about that, and I don't even like to speculate about it, because it just makes me so emotional to think about everything involved, like how he felt, you know what I'm saying, when whatever, I don't, it's just terrible. Don't don't be selfish towards your family. Don't waste time. The one thing I could say is that now that it's been, well, actually today is 2 weeks that he passed. Now that it's been 2 weeks, when I'm sitting back thinking about the time that I, could have went and spent with him, again, I thought he was coming home. On my vision board, I was trying to manifest my brother being healthy again. And, I had been doing the 369 manifestation. These are all things, y'all, that I ain't even tell my brother. I ain't even get a chance to show him, how I felt about him being sick. I would just try to, like, when he would get, kind of like frustrated with it and be like, you know what? He might text me, my mom, and say, y'all, I'm sorry, I can't deal with this. But I know he was just speaking out of anger and frustration, because when you're a man like my brother, just, like I said, a provider, husband, daddy, and all that, it was disturbing him to be down like that. It would disturb anybody. Like me, if I get a headache, I'm upset. Like, but I was really like praying and thinking that I could push his, sickness away. But also, y'all, you have to speak life, for yourself too. So in other words, I think, like I said, when my brother got frustrated, maybe sometimes he was just like, F it, I don't want to be here anymore. But at the time that this happened a couple weeks ago, that's not where his head was at. Not from where I feel like, what I feel. Also, like I was saying, we have a brother, my other brother, Paul, who is my our half brother, but, it's our brother, nevertheless. He's more family oriented too, like my older brother. So those two had gained a bond or whatever, and my half brother was thinking that I didn't like kind of like communicate with him, because maybe I was feeling some type of way, because my dad did step out and have him. But my older brother was trying to tell him, like, that's just how Jennifer is. She really don't fool with nobody. Like, you gotta, don't call her, just text her, whatever. Like, that's just how she is. But through the process of all of this, in this year, and my brother being sick and stuff, he actually was going to Charlotte to be with our half brother. So they had gotten close. You know what I'm saying? And now me and my half brother, we're also getting close too. I'm doing better with my communication. I'm a good daughter, as far as like I take care of my mom, with finances and stuff like that. I make sure she doesn't want for anything. But I can honestly say I haven't been the daughter that I should be, because my mother is getting older. My mother is a great mother. She's a great grandmother. But like I said, sorry y'all, my stomach's growling because I just finished eating. But I have been selfish to my family. You know what I'm saying? And I guess this is a video I'm calling out myself. I'm calling out anybody else that maybe you got a personality like mine and you being selfish too, but don't end up looking crazy like me. And now I can't say, or I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my stomach. Now I can't say anything to my brother in regards to anything. I can't say, Joey, I love you. I can't say, Joey, you gonna get up out of this hospital. You know that, right? I can't say any of that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all how it played out too. I'm gonna tell you, I'm slowly, like, not getting over it, but slowly forgiving myself for not going to see him in the hospital. But okay, my mama told me that like maybe that Saturday or something, and my brother passed away that Tuesday after. So that was Saturday. I went to work. Sunday I was off. Sunday I'm always like kind of not in my right mood or anything anyway. So I was going to go see him on Monday. So what happened is I didn't know, because of COVID and things like that, he could only have 2 visitors per day, but it had to be the same 2 visitors. So if somebody else had already said, oh, I'm coming and I'm coming, I can't come as a third person. I would have had to already say, oh, I'm going Monday, so don't nobody go in my place. So my mom and my sister-in-law had already taken those Monday slots. So guess what? So now this Saturday, Sunday, I can't go Monday. Okay, I'll go see my brother Tuesday. So now that I know the rules, don't anybody take, the slot. I'm going to go up there and see my brother. Let me tell you how God worked. I'm on the way to take my niece home. My niece is my brother who's passed. That is his daughter. If you follow me on Snap, you see her all the time. I love my niece. Love her to death. I'm on the way to take her home to her other grandmother's house so I can go to the hospital and see my brother, because the kids can't come up in the hospital. On the way to the hospital, after I dropped my niece off, which was like, it was like later in the afternoon, probably like, it was like 4:30, 4:40. My phone kept ringing, and I got new phones, so I don't have everybody's numbers programmed. But I'm like, it's a 729 number. That sounds like my cousin number or whatever. But I have like a spam blocker because all the scammers keep calling me. So when the number would call me over and over, my phone just kept rejecting it. So I'm like, I might need to answer this or whatever. And at the same time, as I'm getting ready to call the number back, I'm looking at a text from my mom. She's like, I don't know where you're at, but someone just, the word she used was coded in the ICU. And I'm just praying it's not Joey. Now, let me tell y'all something about my mom. She's old school. I think old school people, especially, our people, were more so taught religion instead of spirituality. Me personally, because now that I've learned spirituality, I would have never said somebody just coded, I hope it's not my brother. My mama I don't know. I ain't gonna say she don't understand spirituality. I'm gonna say that she just don't know it. I would never speak of my brother in that, or anybody I love, in regards to possibility of death, anything bad. So I'm looking at my phone like, why would she even say that? Like, of course it's not him. And what's crazy, this video gonna be very informative. Only thing I don't care about sharing this video or whatever, because my heart real heavy right now, whatever. It's just that YouTube be having some real strange trolls, and I just don't want this video to come up in the future and somebody has something negative to say about my brother or death or anything like that, because that's some trolling that I'm gonna take very personal. But in the ICU, or somewhere near that floor, maybe not in ICU, but near that floor, also my 94-year-old grandfather was in that same area, right? So we're thinking, maybe it was my big daddy, that's what we call him, because like I said, my brother was getting something relatively simple, he was just going for a short surgery or whatever. And so finally, I decided to call the number back that kept calling me because I'm like, this ain't, no nobody blow me up like that. And as soon as I answered the phone, my cousin said, I'm sorry, y'all, but when I finally called my cousin back, he said, Jennifer, Joey just passed. That was him that coded, but before he can get the words out, I just started screaming to the top of my lungs. At that point, you know, I didn't know what happened or how or, you know, why, you know, but I wasn't just screaming because he said he passed. I'm screaming because I have literally played with time and didn't go up there. So the universe is way too, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that wasn't already in the plan, but there's also a plan within that plan to show me that I moved too slow. You know what I'm saying? Because how would I be finally en route to go see him and then that happened? It's tough, y'all. It's tough. And you know what I'm saying? I really regret how I dragged my feet. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this. I really didn't think, I thought my brother was coming home like he always do from the hospital. I really did, because I wasn't condemning my brother to nobody gonna condemn their family if they love them to, you know, any sort of, you know, anything bad like that. So that was that was adding to the tragedy for me that I did not get to see him. He passed away on July 27th. I literally hadn't seen or physically talked to my brother since June 27th. Like I said, we text all the time, constantly, because, you know, we check on our mom, you know, what mama doing, or, you know, mama got the kids, or, you know, whatever. We're always texting. But I will say, I just don't want this video to be so emotional. He texted me on the 24th, which was that Saturday or whatever that, you know, mama told me to get over there. Watching all this crazy stuff on TV, we're going to have to show mama how to shoot too. Anybody know my brother know he has an arsenal, several weapons. Like, he's a country boy, you know, we're from the country or whatever. He just love to have those guns. It's got, I don't know nothing about guns, but the automatic ones, the regular ones, the pretty ones, the plain ones he's got. So my brother has been obsessed with me, my mom, and my cousins, you know, knowing how to shoot a gun. Now, I have a gun that, you know, my brother got for me, but I don't know how to really, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to, you know, if you try me. But as far as like just real training or whatever, I haven't gotten that yet. So, and don't ask me why, because I just told you I move too slow on stuff, and that's really what this video is about, is to call my ass out. You know what I'm saying? Life shouldn't be all about the bag. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you need to get the bag. You got to take care of your kids. You want nice things. But life is about other stuff too. So, but yeah, when he sent that, I said, me too. I won't say what I said about my mom because I don't want y'all trying nothing. But, and I said, did you see that crazy man at the lady's door on a TikTok video? It's in I said it's in everything now, but that is the scariest thing. I don't know what I was trying to say. But y'all, I don't know if y'all seen that TikTok video where the guy came to the lady's house. Her husband was out of town, but they had one of those doorbell things where you can kind of like speak to them from the inside. He told the lady he was there to R her and K her. That's what he said. And the husband came on the intercom like, can I help you? He said, yeah, I'm here to, you know what I'm saying? So we you know, our mom is elderly. So we're always, you know, worried about her and wanting to make sure don't nobody, you know, try nothing crazy or whatever. So, but, so I sent it to him. He said, no, he hadn't seen it. So Monday, July 26th, I said, love you, Joey. He said, love you too. That is the last message that I have from my brother. Thank God. Love you too. And, you know, after that, I sent him a few other videos. I sent him some videos of his daughter and my daughter, his niece. I sent that on Tuesday, 12, oh, well, late in the middle of the night, 12:34. And yeah, I sent him a few videos. So keep him uplifted and stuff like that while he's in the hospital and stuff. Let him see his daughter's over here. We're having fun. Cause like I said, I always really have my niece when I am free. I do get her. She loves Aunt Jenny or whatever. But yeah, it's crazy. So I will say the positives in regards to what happened to my brother. So all of a sudden it's put the fire on my ass to do things that I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Stop moving so slow and stop putting the club before everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to work and make my money. That's what I'm supposed to do. My brother and my grandfather, who I was just telling you about, that was also in the hospital. My grandfather instilled in my brother, like showed him work ethic, right? So we have a good work ethic. Our dad, he didn't really, he was just like me. He was always gone, always working, ran his own business, but he made sure the bills were paid. So he didn't really show us work ethic, but I think we got it in our genetics from our dad. So, you know what I'm saying? My brother would be upset that I'm like, you know, kind of not in the mode to hustle and do what I do. Like, you know, we didn't really talk about my dance career or whatever. But my brother know you know, I dance and stuff, and he don't really like nobody laying around not doing anything. And yeah, I had to do that for a little bit because, like I said, I'm still in shock. When I get one of these like cases that me and him used to exchange, I'm still getting ready. I'm like, let me send this to Joy, and I'm like, my brother is gone. It's so surreal, y'all. Like I said, today is August the 11th. We buried him last Monday, August 2nd. And today, or the 10th, I went to the gravesite for the first time because, again, I really hadn't got to say my goodbyes. Even when we went to, like, you know, when in the hospital, they let us go in there and see him. He was still warm. It just looked like he was asleep. He looked very comfortable, like no stress or anything. Even when we went to the funeral home to see him, it's still me and my mama, my daughter, you know, my family, because our family there, like I said, we're real close, so they're coming up there to support us. I really hadn't had a long time with my brother to say that I'm sorry and to say that I hate, you know what I'm saying, my ways. I hate every time you say, Jennifer, I'm cooking today or whatever, you have to send my plate home by my daughter versus me being over there with y'all eating. And I you know, I went sometimes. I went a lot more when I was younger, but it's like now my family be so surprised when I pull up or whatever. So my brother loved to cook. He cooked real good. I will say that we love some steak in our family. We love lobster and stuff like that. And they do say that colon cancer has a lot to do with your diet. At the beginning of this year, I did stop eating pork. I'm still eating steak, but it's very, like, I don't do it every day like how I was. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, also another positive thing, and you really got to be Jenny Gang to really get into this video, because I don't like long YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? If it's a story, like kind of like how I'm telling you, I can listen, but I don't like my YouTube videos too long. So sorry, gang. Another positive thing that I could say is helping me forgive myself for not making it to that hospital and looking my brother in the eye and making sure, you know, he know I love him and I want him to stay encouraged, is me and my cousin, we decided to throw my brother a party the Friday after he passed. We threw him a party and we, you know, rented a grill. And so basically the way it ended up being is like kind of like the older crowd, my mama, all the other, you know, older people that came. My brother's party was lit. You know what I'm saying? His funeral was lit. A lot of people who were coming to support me for the funeral could not get in the they were able to get in the church, but because they had to park so far away from the church, they just came, you know, kind of looked in and left because, you know, they didn't want to leave their car. But yeah, he the city or his friends or whatever thank everybody who came to his party and stuff. My brother was loved, you know. Like I said, he shared his love with everybody. He does have a rough exterior or whatever. He will knock you out. That was for sure. But he still deep down, you know what I'm saying, had that love for everybody. But the party was like the older kind of people on the inside. We booked the DJ. You know, he's playing the music that my brother likes. My brother loved R. Kelly, Lord. My brother loved Charlie Wilson. My brother hated all the new school. Like, I love Lil Baby. My brother, he don't want to hear that. Like, he, you know, he's 41. Well, he was 41. He turned 41 on July 1st. Too young to be passing away. Too young to be passing away at all, but definitely for cancer. You know what I'm saying? But his friends, like, they do the same thing. You know, they like to drink beer in their free time. They like to listen to music. So what happened was, you know, we had all this fancy stuff going on the inside, banners and stuff with my brother's pictures, you know, decorations. Like I said, we booked the whole DJ, and his friends, they had their own party on the outside where they was grilling out, drinking and stuff like that. So it was like really two parties going on at the same time, but the outside party or the inside party, but the outside party especially, is exactly how my brother liked to be. He liked to be cooking, grilling out, you know, drinking his what is it, ice house or whatever that nasty stuff y'all drink. And so I do feel a little bit of vindication for myself for doing that party, because I had to step out of myself at that party and kind of, the atmosphere that I'm usually in when I'm doing stuff, y'all know, it's the club or whatever. These are people that, you know what I'm saying, that I gotta talk to. I gotta get on the microphone. I gotta figure out who wants to say something. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, having our other family come from my daddy's side, he would be surprised, but he would be so proud that his little sister actually was doing that. And like every time I had to do something, I'd be like, oh God, I don't want to do this or whatever. But it had to be done, you know, and the party was such a success. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my cousin, he's been amazing too, just helping me and my mom get through this, you know, just stepping up to the plate. Because him and my brother, like I said, my brother, he chilled with everybody. He had been to the hospital several times with my brother, you know, talking to him and stuff like that. And let me see what else I want to add other than don't waste time. If you got something you want to do, I'm talking about start a business. If you're not being there for your family the way you should, you need to get up on that. Like, I'm having to just change everything. Like I said, my mom, I'm very close to my mom. But as far as physically being there with my mom, I don't do that enough. So I've been going down there to stay with her. You know, and sorry, y'all, I'm trying to not make it so much longer. Oh, also, sometimes when people pass away, I feel like the universe is trying to do something, right? So like, say for instance, how I'm always absentee. So now, you know, I'll be pulling up to the family events like I'm supposed to. I'm gonna be at my mama's house doing nothing if I need to, you know what I'm saying? Helping her get around and stuff. Like my mom, you know, she's a bigger lady, she's older. You know, it's just things that a daughter is supposed to do that I ain't been there to do. I would get somebody to do it. You know, pay somebody, make sure everything's good. But this is about physically being there for my family now. And I think what else has also happened in regards to him leaving, it is making me and my half brother, close. Again, it's my brother, but I'm just trying to keep everything so y'all understand. My half brother, me and my dad, we really don't fool with each other like that. I can't tell you the reason. It has nothing to do with me dancing. I ain't really fooled with him since I was like 12 or 13. And so, you know, we got the same personality. So he kind of like, well, she don't like me no more. It's kind of like that or whatever. But my dad came, of course he came to the funeral, but when we were going to the burial site, my dad came and grabbed my hand. And that's strange because, like I said, we don't have a relationship anymore. And the rest of my family know that. They know how I am about my dad. I actually be calling him his first name when I talk about him. They all, like, when they see him grab my hand, they not knowing how I'm going to react. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to say anything today. I'm not going to say anything out the way because, again, this whole situation has shown me that you don't need to be out here playing. And you know, so when my daddy grabbed my hand, even though I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, it was cool. I walked with him. That is something that has not happened in over 13, 14 years. Like I said, my other side of the family, who is my dad's side, they all came to my brother's funeral, but I don't know, I think we be stunting on that side of the family. They rented these two big old things and brought my grandmother, who I have not seen since I was this tall or whatever. Brought her. She's like in her 90s. You know, she used to be, when I met her as a kid, she used to be very talkative or whatever. I was just like, where's my grandma or whatever? They're like, she in the back of the, you know, one of the buses or whatever. So I go talk to her. I'm like, hey, grandma. And she's like, hey, because, you know, she's in her 90s now. But I remember when I used to go see her, she never stopped talking. So it was a crazy reunion. And yeah, I just, y'all, nobody knows how it is when you cross over on the other side. Nobody knows. But I really hope that people can look down and see what's going on with their loved ones. He would be so happy to see how everything turned out, you know, and yeah, he would be so happy. And I guess I got to look at it like, even though I want him to be here, and this is very tragic for me and my family, he isn't suffering anymore. So I got to look at it like that. And trying to think, is there anything else I want to tell the gang in regards to the situation? I'm going to try to continue or start back my social media presence as soon as possible. You know, I just need to take a second to process this. It's not even real to me yet, but when I think about it too hard, I break the hell down. I did talk to him today at the gravesite. You know, like I said, I don't know what happens when you go on the other side, but I just hope he understands that I really effed up, you know. I don't know how many times I've said that to y'all, but y'all don't know how many times I've said it in my head. I guess, gang, like, share, follow, or excuse me, subscribe. Comment on my commentary. Let me know if this has ever happened to you. And yeah, everybody take advantage of life, because you just never know when it's going to be taken from you. So anything that you want to do, if you want to be a better parent, you want to be a better daughter, you want to be a better sister, better brother, better boyfriend, better husband, you need to work on that now, because you literally just don't know. I will see y'all on the next video, gang, and hopefully it'll be a true crime video. I'm out.